You know my opening. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world right now. That's it. I'm Greg Spin, and it's time for another Say What's on Your Mind podcast. On this episode, we have Jermaine Dupri, music industry mogul, and he's given his opinion on female rappers in the industry today. And Trina, who is a female rapper in the industry long time now, she's given her opinion on that comment that Jermaine Dupri made, and she's being interviewed by a gentleman by the name of Headcrack. So let's go see what's on Trina's mind right now.
Not Cardi B.
No, you know the reason why I can't say it is because I feel like they're all rapping about the same thing, and I don't feel like that. I don't think they're showing us who's the best rapper. I think they're trying to show. For me, it's like strippers rapping, and I don't. As far as rap goes, I'm not getting who is the best rapper. I'm getting like, okay, you got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. Okay, all right. Who's getting ready who's going to be the rapper? So,
like, what does he think about the current state of female rap? And his thing was like, it's just like a bunch of strippers rapping. Like, no one's out here trying to be the best rapper. Okay.
So he said, she said, so who's on the album? So he's saying he don't know who's because I'm a little lost.
Like, just judging by the current landscape of female rap right now, he feels like most of the female rappers out right now are rapping about the same thing. Mm-hmm. He says it just sounds like a bunch of strippers rapping. You think back in the 80s, early 90s, cats was like trying to be more lyrical with it. You had MC Lyte barring it up. You had Brat barring it up. Mm-hmm. Bahamadia, but different levels of success right there. Mm-hmm. But like right now, when you look at the Megan Thee Stallions of the world, Cardi B's of the world, some of Nicki's stuff, City Girls, you know what I'm saying? And part of the DNA what you helped create.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I got to step in strong with this comment.
Yeah, so what's your take on it? Because there are a lot of people who are not rapping like they're strippers.
Yeah, wait, because I don't get the whole strippers thing. Like, what do strippers got to do with, like, a bunch of strippers rapping? Because I don't think City Girls, Carisha's not a stripper. She never was a stripper. Like, I don't really understand that part. What I would say, though, is this. Like, you have... don't try to knock the women that's coming up that's out here doing their thing. Like, it was a vague, blank, dead spot. It was like Casper the Ghost on female artists for a moment, for a couple of, almost a decade. Mm-hmm. Now that these girls are coming into the game and doing their thing, I don't really feel like they should really focus so much on what they rapping about. Rap about what your life is, what's happening in your life. These are young girls. They having fun. They doing their thing. They out here traveling, getting their bags, securing their bag. They talking about what they see going on, clubbing, partying, getting fly bags, securing the bags, like dudes being goofy, whatever is in your life, you can't, that's what you're talking about. You're not talking about Bible study if that's not what you're doing. You're not talking about being a lawyer if you're not going to school to be a lawyer. You're not talking about being a judge. You're talking about life, the lifestyle, having fun, doing your thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm listening to these girls, I'm listening to these songs, I'm like, you can't see girls. I mean, you got number one hits on the record right now. I mean, and it's a genre that comes from under me. It comes from Miami, so they're bound to win. Like, when I think of it, it's like Me All Over Again started in 1998. So, of course, I'm going to support it all the way 100. When I hear them talking, yeah, it's raw, it's raunchy, unapologetic, it's saucy. It's not about trying to be the next bard lyricist or everybody don't want to be Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't want to be lyricist of the year. People just want to have fun, and that's the problem. Because believe it or not, what are these guys talking about? The same thing. Drugs, sex, money, guns, shooting, banging girls, getting on high. So what are they talking about that's so different than what the females are talking about? Girls are not talking about. They're talking about having fun, twerking, shaking their butt, having a good time. They're young. You're young girls under the age of 30 years old. What do you want to talk about? Like, you want to have fun. You want to be in the lively of having fun. The kids, when I think about it, first of all, men don't count. Women and kids are the ones that support and buy music. It's not men. And that's always been that way since I started out. That was the one thing I learned when I first signed to a label. When I look at my niece now that's 14, it's a whole replica of everybody that followed me when I came out that age. All they want to hear is this music. Fun, having a good time, dancing, partying, twerk, whatever. Nobody want to be sitting up here like they're in Sunday school talking about he got the best bars and spitting 16. Nobody want to do 16 bars no more. Okay, 12 bars and we done with that. Right. So let's be very clear. The times have changed. Atlanta is the biggest change of music from the Migos, the whole culture. Everybody, it's not even I hear people call mumble, whatever they call it, rap or whatever. But when you in the club, just think about it. If you're not in it in the game, when you're in the club, when you're in your car, when you're having fun, when you're at a party, you don't really want to hear so serious that puts you in a depression or like
no one wants to think in the club.
Nobody want to be thinking, oh my God, life is so serious. I have to hurry and get this done. My mortgage is gonna be due. You want to have a good time. You want to have a good vibe. You want to be in a good moment, and that's what the music is.
I do feel like the issue is the commercial landscape is a little one-dimensional. Because there are other people out there who have something else to say. Lizzo should get more support from black radio than she does. More white people support Lizzo than black people.
And I love her. I mean, she's dope and talented.
Tierra Whack, you up on her?
What was her name?
Tierra Whack out of Philly.
I never heard her, and I love Philly.
Trina,
Crazy.
she nuts. You would love her. You would love her.
I gotta go check out. I'm always looking for the new girls and new whatever. I don't care what they're talking about. Like just the new music, new energy. Like what is it? It doesn't have to be the same type of music. Don't have to be talking about party music, but whatever it is, like you gotta just. These girls are creating their own lane. Of course, a lot of it is similar. I mean, it's women. It's only a certain amount of stuff that's gonna happen in a woman's life. You either got a bag you secured. It's about a dude. It's about love. It's about your girlfriend. Somebody crossed you. You talking about shoes, clothes, fun. You talking about life. You talking about having a key. You talking about a baby daddy like that. Whatever you want to talk. These are life experiences, though, and you have to allow people to go through that. Maybe in 5 years, the subject changed. Maybe they'll be talking about something else because they have to go through. And this is what I was trying to explain the whole thing. What I'm saying with Trick. Same thing with me. It's not the same as when I did now. Some of the stuff I don't even care to I don't even care to go back to that because I've already grown so past it. And I'm already way over here. It may be great. Like some of the records I perform, like I'd be like, ooh, I don't even want to do this record. But when you drop in the club at my show, the crowd go crazy. You have to do it. It's one of those kind of things. So you have to just give people enough time. Most of these artists has been in the game for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Like you got to give them time to grow, evolve. Like, you know what I mean? Put their feet down, get their first. Some don't even have an album out. This is just like EPs and mixtapes and stuff. Like you got to give them time to like evolve and expand because again, like I say, when you listen to these guys' music, they're talking about the same thing, all of them. It's just different voices, whether it's auto-tune, hardcore rap, whether it's whatever, you talking about the same thing. How much money you got, holding money up, whatever, dancing. You talking about the same thing, nothing different.
Yourself over and over again.
It's all I do is culture.
Wow. Trina was really passionate about saying what was on her mind, huh? Well, check it out. We're coming back with another legendary rapper for years now. Chuck D from Public Enemy. He's going to share on what he thinks is the conspiracy to control hip-hop. Stick around. All right, welcome back to the Say What's on Your Mind podcast. Let's tune in now to see what Mr. Chuck D from Public Enemy has to say.
People are forced to sign contracts, so they're made to do something. There's a widening gap right now between the art, the artist, and the public. Some of y'all don't understand that rapper jacking is like new fishing. When you look on MTV, you see Tyrese rolling around on a Sea-Doo, and we got a $60,000 piece of ice to make you dizzy around his neck. And they say, look, we'll take the ice off your neck. Go ahead, do your thing. No, I'll still wear it. He loses it in the water. 25 people go looking for it. And he said, well, fuck it. So, what does that say? The average cat that's looking at the video in Dallas. Oh, he don't mind missing that? When Cat come to Dallas, he gonna need 25 bodyguards. Right now, Cat's are between the two. And I don't blame the artist. How the hell you gonna be between the public and also the NYPD? One cat calls giving back to the community, coming up out of the project, throwing dollar bills up in the air to the kids. It's just that my thing is I never blame the artists because right now they're treated as cattle, like mindless children anyway. They have no developmental skills because nobody's saying once you have the contract, we can't school you on life management. You give a fool $1 million, what do you got? A fool with $1 million. But you got these cats out here, executives, once they sign them, they know they can get paid more. They could go to fucking Bel Air or their little fucking penthouse and ain't got nothing to do and say, yo, that young cat we signed is wild, son. Yo, he's wild. You signed that motherfucker, didn't you? So my bottom line, right, and like I said, a lot of people are asking me, let me not take much of your time, I'm going to be here 48 hours like the movie. Russell asked me, I said, this is something that's about all of us because, look, many of y'all are getting like 35. I've been seeing y'all some of y'all since you're 22, now you're 36, and you're getting older, and now there's some concern. I said, the bottom line, black people across the country, some of y'all might not know this, but life to them is images and perception. Black folks, if you don't put it on BET, WB, UPN, or Hot 97, or maybe a little bit BLS and KISS, shit, you can say, look, we bomb in New York Thursday. Cats be like, yo, what's up Friday? Y'all, really, I'm going to tell you this point. That, look, first of all, intelligence will save your ass anywhere. Me and Dr. West have spoken, he's allowed me to come to Harvard. I've been speaking on this subject for 14 years at a collegiate level to look at 350 white kids taking notes while black kids might want to go to that frat party. But understand this, images control perception. Young people, perception is everything. You have to study Nazi propaganda to understand what's going on with the transmission of media images. You have to know the fact of advertising and subliminal seduction. It ain't nothing new. You have to understand there's a guy called Noam Chomsky that influenced me to make Don't Believe the Hype. You got to understand, when they have a revolution in the country, everywhere around the world, what's the first place they fucking attack? They take over the television station and the radio station. Look, it's called a coup. They start there. Look, if Hot 97 was to die tomorrow, some crackers that call themselves the home of hip-hop, wasn't even at KRS-One Hip-Hop Appreciation Week. Right here, the home of hip. Who said? Because you motherfuckers finance that shit? If they was to die tomorrow, I'm sorry, Stevens is my man, BT's owned by Viacom, that means it's that much more for me to get up in their ass.
Absolutely. Yes.
This is really heated right now. We'll let Chuck close and finish his thought right after this. We're back as Chuck D finishes.
They was to stop tomorrow. That's radio and TV. UPN and WB decided to go to fucking XFL shit like they did. You had to wonder whether we'd be better or worse. Talib all of a sudden got like equal platform. I'm saying all we asking for is fair trade. Cats like he, the Roots, Common, we're not saying they're better than whatever. We're saying equal platform, the yin and the yang. In martial arts and life, everything is balanced. We're balanced people. But when you look at the balanced people, people are not even, you don't even understand the effect. The Nation of Islam is here, not as a poetic, oh man, wow, symbolic thing. These cats is in the cut. My guys, Brother James and Brother John, they're security in the school systems in Baltimore. What y'all really need to have this in the middle of a school system. Yo, I just spoke at Bed-Stuy 5th grade classroom. They bananas. The number one question, the reason that a lot of artists, they're kind of scared, because they don't even know how to answer young kids. Because young kids are really quick to ask them about contradiction. And if an older cat can't answer, he's like, yo, I can't even deal with them. You're really, they twisted like that. 5th grade class, I said, who do you like? They said, of course, they're going to name all the artists they see and hear. What do you feel? What do you like from them? Well, I like how they dress and whatnot. What do you get out of them? Nothing. Unanimously, they said nothing. All right, cool. Because I believe that in music, you can either help the people, hurt the people, or be neutral. It's cool to be neutral and make people shake that, whatever. It's cool to do that. You go down to the Caribbean and make you shake your ass. To balance that out, maybe that artist can't do that. Somebody else got to get equal time. Talib got to get equal time While the company having to spend $3 million and giving it to BET and the radio station. We got motherfucking Crayola going on, y'all. Last point, before I step out and get some water. I'm telling y'all what's going down. It's antitrust, and I'm telling Hillary right here. It's antitrust and collusion. Jermaine can't start his independent company by himself. He got to hook up with one of the white boys. Simple as that. It's like it's antitrust, meaning the startup entrepreneur cannot start up a record company, cannot get in the radio game, and damn sure can't get in TV. So you got to get one of the boys. I'm saying, okay, this is America. You get with somebody. Does that mean that you smash out the beginning of business? That's why these kids are talking about, son, I can't get put on because I can't build my shit. They in cities like St. Louis, they might start a record company, can't get played on the St. Louis station. Why? Because all the corporations are all in collusion with each other. It's a goddamn shame. Nobody is dealing with the fabric of Black America or even the fabric of some of these white kids. Tired of having people come up to me like Time and Newsweek. And what do you think about white kids in Columbine and stuff like that? Been going on in the Black community for the last 20 years. So it floats to the top because this is cultural exchange. Culture is supposed to be exchanged. Human beings supposed to share culture. That's what it's about. But when the companies narrowcast us to be one-dimensional, what do you think white kids gonna do? They're gonna want to pick up and want to take it from us, and they're getting just this much, and no wonder they're gonna fucking act buck. Remember this as I leave. Tupac sold 5 million records when he was living. 22 million after he's dead. Now, cats ain't saying they trying to really die, but you know, really, if they could get close to a line, because when it comes down to us, bad news is the only news.
Well, that was a very serious and intense podcast, huh? Well, I sure hope it was informative and enlightening. And I sure hope you will consider supporting this podcast so that we can continue these type of subjects and topic matter. You can do that support right in the description. You'll see a link that takes you right to the page where you can support this podcast. And of course, if you would like to send a voice message and say what's on your mind, you can do that as well by that same link in the description. Just go there and right on the front page, you can support us and say what's on your mind. And we'll see what we can do to get you on the Say What's on Your Mind podcast as well. Until the next one, stay great.